Hello, welcome. I hope everybody had a fantastic holiday period. Happy New Year, happy 2025. Start of the year, first video of the year, I thought we'd kind of take stock. I thought we'd have a look around the studio. There's a lot of stuff in here that you guys don't get to see because it's just not on camera, so I thought I'd kind of go around and we talk about it and stuff. If there's anything that you see in this video that I haven't done a video on that you'd like to see a video on, let me know because I'll get it made for you. And yeah, I suppose Happy New Year. Without further ado, we'll pass off to studio tour laws. Alrighty, so this is the space. I guess I'll just kind of walk you around and through. There's a lot of stuff in here that you guys don't actually get to see when I'm filming from kind of this angle coming in, so I guess I'll just kind of walk you around. Immediate, first off, a new arrival. Yes, there's already been a new arrival. I know it's only like 3 days into the year. Up here we've got all cables and all that sort of stuff. It's on like an IKEA pegboard. There's a snake and 1/4-inch jacks and XLRs and guitar cables and open back, closed back headphones, all that sort of stuff. These, what are they? I should probably tell you what they are, shouldn't I? These are ancient. I bought these when I was at university. They are a pair of Superlux headphones, HD662F apparently. Got those on eBay when I was a student. They're actually surprisingly not crap. We've used them for tracking and all that sort of stuff when we had bands in here. And they did a really good job and good for drums and stuff. I'd never wear them now because I think they're really sweaty from all the drummers that have beaten them up. AKG, are these 702s? K702s? K701s. Yeah, good. £100 on Amazon. You know, perfectly serviceable little reference headphone. And then these are the kind of beat 'em up K92s. I had to prime these in the middle of a session so we can get the session done, but yeah, you know, they're not fantastic, you get what you pay for, but I mean, yeah, you know, they're cool, they got the job done, no complaints there. The new arrival, I won't tell you too much because I'm going to do a whole video on it and it's going to be quite fun hopefully, but it's a Revox A77 reel-to-reel tape machine, which is awesome. It's really cool, and fingers crossed it all seems to work really nicely, which I'm really happy about, because obviously posting something that's 50 years old and mechanical and this delicate and all that sort of stuff across the country can be a bit like, ooh, but yeah, no, it's fine. Oh, Aston Halo, I think this is the Shadow, the black one. Yeah, really cool little kind of mini ISO thing for vocals or anything else, in fairness. Yeah, really cool bit of kit. Good, we've used it on quite a few little recording sessions and all that sort of stuff in its time. I've had that for years and years. For the eagle-eyed among you who might ask, that is a Marshall JCM 2000. It's not mine, it's my friend Mitch's, and I really don't get on with it, so it's lived there for the last 2 years. This is a complete rat's nest. Percussion and, you know, like DC connector cables, 7-inch tape for the Revox up there, little, you know, cleaning supplies and camera straps and general. I know what's in there, but it's a complete state. I haven't bothered organising too much because this whole piece of furniture sucks, and it's going to be going as soon as I can be bothered to swap it out, as soon as I can find something suitable to replace it. Down there you've got some more stuff. It's like contact cleaner and adhesive remover and, you know, spray, what they're called, compressed air cans and all that sort of stuff. There is a tube mic down there by a company called Opal, who are really cool. I don't think they actually exist anymore, but that was at my local music shop just down the road for a really good price. I think the Opal mics were made in North London, which is pretty cool. I'm based in London, so that's what they were. That is a pile of old books that I bought for a photography project as part of Nevermore. That will be hopefully 2025. It was supposed to be 2024. It's effectively going to be a line of free plugins that, you know, get updated once every, you know, month, every 6 weeks or something like that. The plugin itself and the first batch of instruments is actually done completely, but the distribution of it and packaging it and making it easy for people to download and install and all that sort of stuff has turned out to be a real pain. So that's been delayed while I sort that stuff out, and I'm trying to kind of find an easier one that I can package up and distribute in the meantime, just to keep everybody happy. Just casual bottle of red. Not bad at all. That is my Lord of the Rings cup, which is a Secret Santa gift from a friend of mine at work who is a legend. He knows I love Lord of the Rings, so he got me a Lord of the Rings cup. You can see the reflection of the Fellowship in the mirror mug there. Really, really awesome. Mug from The Witch, Would Thou Like to Live Deliciously? Really, really great film by Roger Eggers. Really awesome. I think it's Roger. Is it Roger or Robert? I think it's Roger. Skull, mandatory. Scented candles. I'm a big scented candle person. They really... I can't use incense or anything because it makes my lungs sad. But scented candles are great. I really enjoy them. Pedal drawer. Oh my god, it's really full. Yeah, there's a whole host of stuff in here. Fairfield Shallow Waters. I'm going to do a video on that probably in the next couple of months. It's so cool. It's so cool. Crybaby, Tube Screamer, ABY, homemade box that I might be able to talk about in the Real to Real video if it still works. EHX Fuzz, kind of sucks, but you know, it does what it does. Full Drive 2, one of the hammered red ones, that was awesome, really, really cool. The Plasma Coil, my beloved, and Meris Mercury X, which is incredible, and we're doing a video on that very shortly as well. Really, really cool. I'm on my knees at the moment, but I think I'll stay on my knees, because we'll come over here, and actually that'll be easier if I get up on it. There we go. What have we got? Oh, onto guitars. That's a 1982 Greco Super Real custom made in Japan. Really, really, really incredible guitars, like the Lawsuit era Japanese ones, I think. And then a kind of similar, this is 1992, this is an Orville. Every time I pick this up, I go through a Zakk Wylde, Randy Rhoads phase. That's an incredible guitar, that is. They're both heavy, though. The OG. It's a Schecter Hellraiser C1 that I've had for probably 15 years now. Crazy. I went through college and university and pretty much my entire guitar playing life, actually, with this guitar. It's a wicked bit of kit. That is, I know they catch a lot of flack for all the abalone binding and all that sort of stuff. They are a bit gaudy, but so cool. Such good guitars. That is a Japanese Fender Strat that's been kind of parts casted together. It's all kind of different bits. The body and neck, as I understand it, are Japanese, but all the rest of it I did kind of over time. So Fender, what are they? I think they're the Noiseless. No, they're not the Noiseless anymore. I think they're just the standard USA Strat pickups in there at the moment. Got a good deal on some on eBay, and I thought, well, why not? I'll give it a crack. And they're actually really nice. I really like them. I went through a big John Mayer phase, so that's where that came from. This is an LTD Spalted Maple B204 SM. It's cool, it's fine, it's a bass, it does the job. I'm definitely a 4-string guy. 5-string basses baffle me, don't know why. Whoa, there we go. I won't get the other two out. There's a Fender T-Bucket acoustic down there, which is really great, but it's very bright, which is a bit frustrating sometimes, but it's a really, really cool recording acoustic. And then there is the Stag Guitar Joe banjo guitar, however you're supposed to say it. It's a 6-string banjo that you tune and play like a guitar, but it sounds like a banjo. It's really cool. It's awesome. Yeah, bits and bobs. Gigantic googly eyes I bought on Amazon for no reason whatsoever. I wasn't even drunk, I'm just impulsive. Camera bag, ambient lighting. I'm very much a lamp person. I love my ambient lights and all that sort of stuff. It really just helps me kind of get in the vibe. I know it sounds a bit pretentious, but it's true. So, there you go. Singing bowl, we've already seen that in a video. Nobody watched that video. I thought it was a really fun little thing, but I don't think YouTube showed it to anybody. Looking at the analytics, it showed it to like a tenth of the people that it shows my videos to normally. No idea what I did wrong. There's no strong language in it or anything. Go and watch that video. It was a fun video. Scented candle, mandatory, sandalwood by Makers of Wax Goods. At the moment, all of my candles pretty much are Makers of Wax Goods. They're a Californian company and they're great. They're really, really nice. They burn for ages and they smell good. They smell really, really nice. They don't smell like artificial or anything. And when you burn them, you can actually smell them, as opposed to, you know, it smells nice when it's not burning and then you burn it and you don't smell anything. Monitors, let's get to the desk, shall we? Let's get to the exciting bit. The desk itself is an Acacia dining table that I got on Facebook Marketplace on a really, really good deal. So I picked that up. I think it was like £80 or something for the whole thing. These rack units are on eBay. There's a guy that makes them. I think his username on eBay is X-Audio or something. But if you're in the UK, get your racks from him because he hand makes all of his stuff and they're really good quality and they're really, really nice. He does MDF or he does pine. These are pine, and then the sidecar down there we'll talk about in a minute is one of the bigger MDF ones. The monitors are Focal Evo Twins. Focal Alpha Twin Evo, I think is what they're called. They're nice monitors when they work. They're dependable now, touch wood, but when I first got them, they both failed within a month. I tried to return them to Anderton's, and Anderton's wouldn't let me. So I had to send them off to France to get repaired, and then they came back, and then they broke again. And then I got in there myself and swapped the fuses out and changed a capacitor in each one that I read was a problem on the forum, on an online forum. And now they both work pretty dependably, I should say. But yeah, that was really frustrating, and it was kind of a bummer that Anderton's didn't swap them out for me. I mean, if I pay the best part of £1,000 for a pair of monitors, you know, some kind of they did everything that they legally had to do, but it would have been nice to get a little bit more support from. We'll put it that way. I buy a lot of stuff from Anderton's. I like Anderton's a lot. It's not, you know, a slight on them whatsoever, but yeah, just saying, you know, it would have been nice. Interface, Apogee Ensemble Thunderbolt. Awesome. They don't make them anymore, but they do still do software support for them. The reason they don't make them anymore is because they don't make one of the chips that they need, I think, isn't in manufacture anymore, so they can't continue to make them, but they do still support them. Apogee is awesome. The drivers are rock solid. The converters sound great. The preamps sound great. The control software is excellent. And these, in my opinion, easily take on the like stuff like the UAD Apollo 8 XP or whatever it is, you know, the 8 Pre Apollo, but I got this for a lot less than an Apollo, like a lot less, like a sixth of how much they cost over here, because I got it secondhand. I get pretty much everything secondhand. I've never had a problem with secondhand music equipment. Yeah, I just don't buy things new because it's a hell of a lot cheaper to buy stuff used. You can get some really good deals. Desktop little pedal board thingy that I use for just processing bits and bobs every once in a while. Boss SD1, great overdrive pedal, especially into a Marshall. It's my favourite for going into a Marshall. Really cool little drive. Also sounds great on snare, if anybody cares. Sander Terra Firma, it's like a multi-tool fuzz that does a bit of everything. Really, really cool. I did a video on that a few years ago. That's still up if you want to go and check that out. Strymon Obi-Wan compressor and boost. Wicked. Love it. Use it when I'm in a mood to become John Mayer. Camera lens case for, that'll be my 75mm Samyang autofocus. Ibuprofen, Breakfast of Kings. Oh, this is special. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to show you what this is because it's important to me. So this little dice here, my friend Matt died of cancer last year. He was 29 years old. He was incredible. His name was Matt Long. He had a band named Catfish, and he had a band named Matt Long and the Revenant Ones. Go and check them out. Matt was an unbelievable musician, and his wife gave me this, which is one of his D&D dice. He was a D&D guy. Yeah, it's on my desk. It's going to stay there. Wicked. Love you, mate. Yeah, the keyboard, that's this keyboard, is a Native Instruments A49. It's good. I'm kind of getting to the point. I'm not a keyboard player or a piano player by any stretch, but I do feel I'm getting to the point where I can kind of feel that the keyboard isn't quite where I'd like it to be, so I might have a look at some different ones. If anyone's got any recommendations actually for a good keyboard, I would really appreciate it if you could drop it in the comments, because I don't need anything all singing or dancing. I don't, I'm not, as I say, I'm not a keyboard player by any measure, but I am trying to learn very slowly in kind of my own weird way, and I would really, really appreciate a heads up on a decent keyboard. The monitor is an LG 5K by 2K ultra wide, 34-inch, really, really, really amazing monitor if you're on a Mac. It's Thunderbolt, really, really killer. Really, really killer. Color accuracy and everything is fantastic, and it's really just nice to look at, which I know sounds daft, but that actually does make a difference, I think. We'll cover the other rack first. Patch bay up there that's currently just rack filler, and an 8-channel MIDI interface for connecting to synthesizers and all that sort of stuff. That Motu thing is incredible, by the way. It's like 15 years old or 20 years old or something. It's ancient, whatever it is. The MIDI Express 128. Motu are still supporting it. The drivers are still rock solid, and it's awesome. I've never seen a company support 20-year-old hardware before, but get in, Motu. That's wicked. Universal Audio Oxbox up there, incredible. I love it. I was a 2-notes guy, 100%. Both of my 2-notes things broke. The power supplies on both of them failed. And I was finding that with the 2-note stuff, I was getting some kind of option paralysis, because there's just so many microphones and different cabinets and different positions and different power amp simulations and all that sort of stuff. And while that's fantastic and having all of those options is great, I just wanted something simple. I just wanted something I could plug into, get great tones and play guitar straight away. That's it. It's wicked. I really, really like it. In terms of software on the computer, just super duper quick. Cubase 11 Pro, Cubase Pro 11. Yeah, I will update, but it's effort and it's expensive. And I'm perfectly happy with Pro 11, so it's like, well, I'll stick with that. There is actually more bits over here that I can tell you about. Wireless charger, my wonderful wife got me for Christmas. That sits on my desk and charges my phone when I'm sat at my desk. My phone is currently filming this, so that's why it's not on there. The Nevermore Bible, this is where I write notes on videos and all that sort of stuff. MacBook Pro M3 Pro, really cool, awesome little laptop. I just use that for bits just so I'm not tied to my desk all the time, so I can actually go and sit upstairs with my family and enjoy life instead of sitting in here. Not that sitting here isn't my favourite thing to do. T-Rex replicator, tape echo pedal, the real tape and all that sort of stuff. Really incredible pedal. I'm going to try and sell it because my birthday is coming up. I want to see if I can get myself something special. So that's going to go out the door. So yeah, that's why it's there. I need to take eBay pictures for it. If you want that, by the way, keep an eye on eBay. This sidecar, you guys never get to see my sidecar, so hopefully somebody's interested. Patch bay there where everything's wired into. There's a Universal Audio 4710D, which is just awesome. If you have a home studio, the 4710D it's pricey, it's definitely expensive. I had to save up for it for months and sell a bunch of stuff to be able to get it, but it is killer. It is really, really great. It's a great sounding preamp, and it can connect over ADAT, or ADAT, or however you're supposed to say it. So yeah, you're not running into your interfaces preamps. It just adds 4 preamps via ADAT to your existing audio interface. The preamps in here can be dynamically switched between tube and transistor on a knob, so you can actually mix and match, and they're phase aligned, so there's no phase issues there when you kind of move between the two settings. It's really, really fantastic, and it actually distorts really nicely. I don't know if I should do a video on this or not. If you guys want to see a video on that, let me know, because I'll make it. It's a really, really cool thing. It's great for it's basically 4 channels of killer preamp, and ADAT is 8 channels, and this only has 4, so you can actually use it to expand in future. Like if I was going to go and buy some Neve stuff, for example, or some Warm Audio Neve equivalent, or Heritage Audio Neve equivalent, I could just run it straight into the back of that, and it will come through via ADAT into my Apogee, which is just awesome. Really, really great. Again, eBay jobby, no way I could afford a new one. Warm Audio WA76, kind of a studio mainstay these days, I think. Really, Warm Audio make good stuff. This one's got a little bit of a noisy input pot that I've blasted with contact cleaner and it made no difference, but it sounds great. It does the job. It's really, really good. I use it on snare, I use it on bass, I use it on all sorts of stuff, and it's wicked. And then that's 2 Notes VB101, the studio thing down the bottom, is one of the ones that had the power supply fail, so it's down there, relegated to the bottom of my rack, just being a rack filler until said Neve turns up. Got bits and bobs in the sidecar. These are 10.5-inch reels for the Revox. I'm just waiting for the adapters for these to turn up. Strings and cables and bits and bobs lives in there. I use 10-52s on if I'm in standard or drop D, and beefy slinkies for drop C on the Greco, and then mammoth slinkies on the Hellraiser, which are like 62s or something like that, really fat. These are Manfrotto Magic Arms, which I use for mounting the cameras. This is the top down. This is where my phone goes when I'm filming pedals on top of the sidecar. That's where A-cam goes on there. My Manny the Monstera, great big Monstera plant, lives down there. Great big thing. In my opinion, the best amplifier ever made. Controversial, but there you go. The Mesa Boogie Mark IV. I think pretty much every guitar tone you've heard on this channel has been a Mesa Boogie Mark IV. Oh man, it's awesome. That I haven't actually talked about on the channel yet. That is a vintage Korg MS-20. One of the full-size ones, obviously. It's one of the vintage ones. I don't actually know the exact year. He said the guy I bought it from was lovely. His dad bought it in the 70s, new, and used it fairly heavily, but then it went up in the loft when his dad passed away, and he popped it on eBay eventually, and I went to his house on the tube at 7 o'clock at night, whatever, and went and picked it up. It sounds incredible. I'm still wrapping my head around it. I'm kind of new to synths and all that sort of stuff a little bit, but yeah, really, really fantastic thing. Fat. The low end on that is massive. It's huge, even bigger than the Polyvox, which I thought was pretty fat anyway. Marshall JCM800 2204, so it's the 50-watt one, vertical input. Just, I mean, awesome. I wish it had an effects loop. I'm debating on getting it modded to have an effects loop, but yeah, it's, oh man, it's fantastic. It does the thing. It does the thing, and nothing else does the thing quite like it does. And then if you can see through Manny, there is a Mesa Boogie door rectifier down there as well, doing its thing. Studio lights, which I won't look at directly because it will blind all of us. This is a 2-seater Oxblood Red Chesterfield that is really great for just having people over and stuff. My friends come over and hang out when we can, every once in a while. They come over and hang, and yeah, we've got somewhere we can sit. We kind of swap between the driving seat, as it were, and yeah, it's great. Good little sofa. Bit beaten up, but there you go. That's my wife's rainbow blanket for when she comes and sits with me in here. There's a great big window behind these curtains, so it does get a little bit chilly in here sometimes, so that's the blanket. That is a pile of insulation that I'm gradually saving up from like grocery deliveries that we get, so I can build more acoustic panels. Talking of which, there are acoustic panels kind of everywhere in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're great. They're homemade. They're just rock wool and a wooden frame. But yeah, really good. They make a surprisingly good difference, considering. Yeah, thoroughly recommended. Recommended to everybody. My Peace Lily, not the same Peace Lily that was in the studio tour I did a few years ago, because that just quit being alive. I don't know what happened there, but it's great. It's awesome. Peace Lily, gradually growing, thriving, loving life. Just when we're on the plants note, these are grow lights that you'll probably see in the background of some of my videos. Got a devil's ivy there as well. These grow lights are fantastic if your room doesn't get much light, especially during the winter. It gets quite dark in here. So yeah, these just feed the plants, basically. Awesome. I'm going to sit down here so I can tell you about the cameras. So I've got two cameras. Sony A7 III with a screen on it there, and then behind that there is a Sony A7S II. Again, eBay purchases. They're both expensive cameras, but I was super duper patient. Just waited a long time on eBay for the right ones to come up, and they did. Acam, which is the A7 III, has a 18mm Samyang f2.8 on it, and the B cam is a 35mm back there on the A7S2. The Polyvox, the synth which has really helped to grow the channel. Thank you so much for the response to the Polyvox video. By the way, I was not expecting that. That was amazing. Everyone was really positive and really lovely. So thank you for that. And the Moog T-Fan, which I've just done a video on. This is the last video on this channel. If you want to go and check that out. Devil's Ivy. Foot switch for the Mark IV is under here. That's a Pedal Train Classic over there, waiting to be filled up with good pedally goodness. That is a Line 6 Helix down there, which is not mine, it's a friend of mine. He's going to come pick that up eventually. He's not in a rush to come pick it up. I don't particularly like the experience of using modelers. I've got nothing against the Helix per se. I think it sounds good, but it's just not for me, man. I just prefer the real thing, you know, like the knobs and buttons and stuff. I'm very lucky in that I've been able to eBay and wheel and deal my way into some lovely amplifiers, and it's taken me, you know, 15 years. But yeah, I don't feel that I need a modeler. And I have just realised, just before we wrap up, I haven't talked about this. My Starbucks. No, I'm joking. That is a 2019 Mac Pro. It's killer. I love it. I know it's getting long in the tooth by modern technology standards, but yeah, I think it's killer. It does everything that I need it to do, and importantly, rather over the Apple Silicon stuff, it actually runs Windows as well. So if I want to get online and play some games with my friends and all that sort of stuff, I mean, we're in our early 30s. We're very busy, and opportunities to get together are less and less. So just being able to hop online on Halo is valuable to me, valuable enough that I feel no need to upgrade my computer. Or go Apple Silicon or do anything else. This is a 12-core one, so I have got room to upgrade. I think the highest you can get to kind of drop in to these is a 28-core. I'll probably go for a 24. But yeah, I mean, you know, there's plenty of stuff I can do to it if it ever gets to the point where it's a limiting factor. It's got 9 terabytes of NVMe storage in there at the moment that I use for audio production and sample libraries, and now video production with Nevermore. And then next to it, that black box just there, my gigantic hand, is again an eBay purchase, secondhand, 24 terabyte G-Speed. Which is like a Thunderbolt connected big storage, basically big fast storage. That's hard drive. It's not NVMe like the Mac Pro, but yeah, just for backing stuff up, and especially with Nevermore or the videos. I mean, like just for reference, you know, like each one of the Nevermore videos that you see on the channel are about 550 to 750 gig in terms of like project file size. So yeah, that's where the G-RAID comes in. Anyway, I think I've covered everything. I'm really sorry if I missed anything. I'm kind of winging this as we go. First video back for 2025. Let me know if you think I've missed anything, and I will pass back to ACAM Laws. That about wraps that up. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour. If you're still here, thanks for sticking to the end, because it turned out to take quite a while to go around through everything. Again, if you saw anything that you'd like to see a video on, whether that's the kind of more production-y type stuff in my sidecar down here, or, you know, the interfaces or amplifiers or guitars, or, you know, any of that sort of stuff that you'd like me to do a video on, do let me know. Would you like me to focus more on kind of synth stuff, or do you want to do guitar and synth stuff, or guitar synth audio production, or audio production and synth? Let me know, because I'm kind of having a bit of an identity crisis at the moment. I'm not really sure which to kind of focus on, or if I should even focus on any. I know the YouTube algorithm likes it if you really kind of drill down and have a niche, you know, but I want to try and keep things, you know, I don't want to just be a synth guy. I just want to talk about music. I love all of it. Yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for sticking to the end. Check out the social links down in the description. Get on board, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.